This guard's a pain. He takes his job way too seriously.
Oh, allow me. Good day, officer. Washington asked me to watch the proceedings, and I need my associate with me.
Good.
Thank you.
Your Honor, defense can't just magically produce a piece of paper and call it evidence.
Your Honor, we have had investigators searching for further evidence because unlike the prosecution, we believe in getting the facts.
Yes. Right.
Counselors will remember where they are.
If it pleases this court, with evidence proving that Lorenzo Alcazar is alive, I move that all charges against my client be dropped.
I have to try and look at this from Lucky's point of view for a moment. I mean, it has to be difficult for him to know where the lies even end here. He feels totally undermined.
I lied to Lucky to protect him, just like you did. And when we agreed to get married, there was nothing to be gained by telling him that I had slept with Jason.
Or maybe you were just afraid to tell him?
Of course I was afraid. He's a recovering addict. If I had told him, it could have ruined everything. So I made a choice to bury it.
But Lansing dug it back up.
And I know right now it seems like it was a really bad idea, but at the time it made perfect sense.
No, I agree. I agree with that, but Lucky has a right to be angry here at both of us, and us telling him that he shouldn't be isn't helping the matter.
And I'm not going to deny his feelings. But I won't let him vent all over me with my boys in the house. And I will not raise my children surrounded by anger.
Well, what does that mean? Does that mean if Lucky doesn't forgive you on your timetable, you're going to pack up your kids and leave again?
Jason.
Don't draw attention.
Your Honor, this level of grandstanding is tantamount to a lie. We need experts to evaluate this so-called evidence to determine its authenticity before it's admitted into the trial.
The court calls a recess to consider this new information. The jury will proceed to the jury room, and I'll seek counsel in chambers.
I don't know where this came from, and I don't want to know. You just wish me luck. This may be the best shot we've got.
You're going to be on my dinner, and I'm buying.
Why would you risk going anywhere with him?
Look, I'm sure that Lucky is worried that if he acts in a way that you deem irrational, that you're going to take his family away. I mean, what does he do with that?
We're supposed to work this out as adults.
I know, but he's not angry that you just slept with Jason. It's the fact that you lied about it for months and then pretended that he was just a friend.
He is a friend.
Okay, so let's say if Lucky wanted to have a friendship with Maxie, met her in the park, visit her at work, how would that go over with you?
Okay, here's the difference. Maxie was feeding Lucky pills and tried to ruin his life. Jason has always supported me and, in fact, saved my life and Jake's.
And it kills Lucky that Jason is your hero, and now he finds out that you slept with him and lied about it? I mean, Elizabeth, he's angry. And if you don't allow him to own that, it'll be harder for the both of you.
Nobody needs to tell me how much I've hurt my husband. And nobody will fight harder than me to keep our family together.
You were crazy to go to Venezuela. You could have been killed.
I told you I was going to save you, and I did.
And I told you to stay away from Jerry.
How about a simple thank you? Look, I'm sorry, but he's the one that proved that Lorenzo is still alive.
There is no proof. It's fabricated.
Well, so what? It's a court of law. No one cares about the truth. All that matters is what the jury thinks.
All rise. The court is back in session in the matter of the state of New York versus Jason Morgan. Please be seated.
Having reviewed the new evidence and hearing arguments, the court concludes that the evidence can be admitted and considered, but does not negate the charges. So these proceedings will continue.
That's crazy.
Sit down.
Your Honor, Rick Lansing is trying to railroad an innocent man. Why aren't you back at court? They're finished with my testimony. I thought Lucky would be here. I kind of blew him off at Kelly's, and I feel bad about it. Oh, well, he's not here. I'm sure you heard what happened on the stand between me and Jason and how I kept it from your brother all these months.
Look, we all have problems and we all make lousy choices, and it's nobody's right to judge. Seems like as soon as you care about someone, you're asking for complications.
Your Honor, I was once married to Lorenzo Alcazar, and I would swear under oath that he hated Jason Morgan. He was passionate about destroying Jason, and if the new evidence proves that Lorenzo tried to frame Jason, then it is your responsibility to dismiss this case right now.
Your Honor, these are closed proceedings. This woman has not been sworn in, and she has no business being in this court.
Yeah, you wish, you pig.
Order, order! Please, everyone be quiet. Who is she?
Carly Corinthos Jacks, Your Honor. I will be calling her as a witness for the defense.
She'll have an opportunity to testify then, and you'll have an opportunity to present your new evidence that Lorenzo Alcazar is alive.
Thank you.
I object, Your Honor. That's prejudicial.
Counselors, approach the bench.
It's just my work.
So Lucky just took off?
Nicholas is looking for him.
Why aren't you?
The boys are asleep upstairs, and I know that Lucky needs some time to himself. He'll come home when he's ready.
Yeah, he will. And you need to see him more than I do, so I'm gonna go.
Wait. Since we've had issues of our own, now this whole secret has come out. If you want to talk about it, I'd rather just deal with it right now.
Lucky was in a lot of trouble. He was hooked on pills and he was cheating on you, and sometimes I think it was Lucky that I was really mad at. But you're not supposed to get mad at an addict. You're supposed to be compassionate and have patience. So when you left him, I freaked out. And I took it out on you, and I probably shouldn't have.
It's okay. He's your brother and you love him.
But I get why you kept it a secret from him. I saw how Lucky was when Jake was kidnapped. He was spiraling out of control. Obviously, he's not as strong as he'd like to think.
Yeah, it was a pretty horrible time.
You're the closest thing that I have to a sister, Elizabeth, and I would hate to lose that. And I know underneath all of that hurt and anger, Lucky still loves you.
I move to admit the alleged evidence now so that I can prove it false and we can move on. At the moment, it is the elephant in the middle of the room. As long as the jury is distracted by it, they need to see it for themselves.
Ms. Miller.
I have no problem with that, Your Honor.
Defense will briefly disclose the evidence, and I do mean briefly, Ms. Miller. Don't take advantage of my good faith.
Absolutely not, Your Honor. Defense Exhibit A. Bank transfers from Lorenzo Alcazar's personal bank accounts, dated days after his supposed death.
Your Honor, I'd like to remind the jury that I plan to refute these obviously forged documents till I've had adequate time to review them and also turn them over to experts as well.
So noted.
Thank you.
Defense Exhibit B, Your Honor. Photographs of Lorenzo Alcazar leaving one of his homes outside of Caracas, Venezuela. He is under constant government surveillance because of his suspected activities as an arms dealer. In one of those photographs, you will see Lorenzo Alcazar arriving at a local bank. Those are time-stamped by a closed-circuit surveillance camera, dated 2 days ago.
Your Honor, once again, I'd like to remind the jury that I plan to
Yes,
refute this
Mr.
particular...
Lansing, we get your point. You'll have the opportunity to study the evidence all you want, and copies will be provided to the jury pending further verification.
I object, Your Honor.
Mr. Lansing, you asked for it to be admitted. This is now evidence in a murder trial. The jury will be allowed to see it. That's my ruling. This court is adjourned until tomorrow.